Imagine standing in the pitch black of a Javanese forest at dusk, the air thick with the smell of rotting leaves and damp earth. Suddenly, you realize the silence isn't peaceful, it's heavy. You hear a rustle above you, but when you look up, there's nothing but the interlocking canopy. Then, a shadow stretches longer than it should. This is the moment you realize you aren't alone. You're in the territory of something ancient and hungry for more than just flesh. We're diving straight into the heart of darkness today, exploring one of Indonesia's most feared spirits. This isn't just a campfire story. For many, this is a living nightmare that haunts the outskirts of every village and the corners of every neglected home.
Wewe Gombel isn't just a story told to keep kids in bed. She's a cultural staple of Indonesian dread. Known as a Wewe, she is a female supernatural entity who, according to legend, kidnaps children who are neglected or mistreated by their parents. The name Gombel comes from the Bukit Gombel area in Semarang, where many believe these hauntings first intensified. But don't let the savior narrative fool you. Her methods are terrifying. She doesn't just take the child, she hides them in a realm between worlds where no human eye can find them. It's a chilling thought, isn't it? A spirit that watches your parenting skills and decides when it's time to intervene with a kidnapping.
Let's talk about her appearance because it's truly the stuff of nightmares. Wewe Gombel is described as a tall, gaunt woman with skin like weathered parchment and hair that looks like a tangled nest of dry vines. But her most defining and disturbing feature are her breasts. They are said to be so long and sagging that she can sling them over her shoulders or use them to wrap around and hide the children she steals. It sounds bizarre, almost grotesque, but in the dark of the forest, that image becomes a terrifying reality. Imagine being a lost child, tucked away under the cold, leathery skin of an abomination, hidden from the world, while your parents scream your name just feet away.
But here's the kicker. In her twisted mind, she doesn't think she's a monster. In her heart, Wewe Gombel believes she is a grandmotherly figure, providing the love and protection that the child's real parents failed to give. She targets the children of parents who argue constantly, or those who leave their kids alone during the dangerous twilight hour known as Maghrib. In Indonesian culture, dusk is the time when the veil between the living and the spirit world is thinnest. If you aren't careful with your little ones when the sun goes down, Wewe Gombel is there to offer her own twisted version of sanctuary. It's a dark reflection of societal fears regarding family and neglect.
When she takes a child, they don't just disappear from the room, they disappear from reality itself. Legend says she takes them to the tops of tall palm trees or hides them inside the hollow trunks of giant banyan trees. While the child is in her care, she treats them with an eerie sort of kindness, but it's a kindness that rots. She supposedly feeds the children poop or filth, but through her powerful illusions, the child perceives it as the most delicious food they've ever eaten. They are kept in a trance-like state, completely unaware that they are being held captive by a mountain-dwelling hag. The psychological horror of being fed filth while thinking it's a feast is truly unsettling.
So, how do you get a child back from a vengeful spirit that can turn invisible? You make noise. Lots of it. In villages across Java, there is a specific ritual called Gumbragan. The villagers gather with pots, pans, and bamboo instruments, marching around the area where the child went missing while chanting and making a deafening racket. The idea is that the noise disturbs Wewe Gombel so much that she becomes annoyed and loses her concentration. When she's distracted, her illusions fail, and she eventually drops the child and flees. It's a community-driven exorcism, a collective effort to reclaim one of their own from the clutches of the abomination.
Beneath the horror lies a deep, aching tragedy. Like many vengeful spirits, Wewe Gombel was once human. The legend tells of a woman who was unable to have children, which in her time and village led to immense shame and mistreatment by her husband. Driven to madness by grief and betrayal, she eventually committed suicide or died in a state of deep sorrow. Her soul couldn't find peace, and her unfulfilled maternal instinct curdled into something monstrous. She became a protector of the neglected because she never got to protect a child of her own. It's a classic trope of horror that the most terrifying monsters are born from the deepest human pains. Modern-day encounters are still reported, even in our age of smartphones and constant connectivity. People claim to see a tall, shadowy figure standing near the Gombel Hills in Semarang, especially after dark. Drivers speak of a strange heaviness in the air, or the feeling of being watched by something peering down from the trees. Is it just superstition, or is there something ancient still dwelling in the shadows of the Indonesian archipelago? The fear is real enough that many parents still bring their children inside the moment the Maghrib prayer call begins. Some things are so deeply ingrained in the psyche that no amount of modern technology can truly erase them. The story of Wewe Gombel serves as a grim reminder of the responsibilities of care and the consequences of neglect. She is the physical manifestation of the guilt parents feel when they fail their children. Whether she is a literal spirit or a metaphorical warning, the impact is the same. She represents the abomination of broken family bonds. As we wrap up this journey into Javanese lore, ask yourself, is that sound outside your window just the wind, or is it the rustle of a leathery skin? If you've enjoyed this dive into the dark side of folklore, stick around. We have plenty more nightmares to share from every corner of the globe. Thank you for joining me on this chilling exploration of Wewe Gombel. The world is full of legends that bridge the gap between tragedy and terror, and this Javanese spirit is certainly one of the most haunting. If you want to see more deep dives into international urban legends and the monsters that hide in the dark, make sure to let me know in the comments. What's the scariest legend from your hometown? Don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. Stay safe, keep your children close, and always get home before the sun sets. Until next time, keep your eyes on the shadows.